I didn't bring the script.
Oh,
I have
don't
no
worry
idea
about
what to say.
Don't, do you have the agenda in front of you?
Yeah, I have the
Yeah,
agenda.
we don't need to worry about it.
So,
Very verbatim, just call it
we
to order.
do, I'm opening up for public comment.
Well, we'll call the meeting to order.
And only individuals who are in person are allowed to make public comment. So do we have public comment at this time? Okay, well, that would be a no.
Yeah.
So, next is approval of the minutes that were dated November 13th. Y'all had a copy of the minutes from November 13th. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes and a second?
I make the motion to.
You
You're
can't,
not a member.
Michelle, you can't, Michelle.
You don't get to play.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah.
Shoot.
It's gonna be up to Steve and Yuju.
Yeah.
Yuju.
Yeah, so Lise, you can make the motion.
Yes, I'm second.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
Steve, I'll have you as one and Yuju.
We
as
both
second.
agree.
Perfect. Okay, next up is, we have a new member, welcome. This is Yiju. And Yiju, can you give us
Hi.
a bit of detail about you and, you know, you're living in Snoqualmie, how long, and what you would like to do within the art commission?
Oh, okay. We moved to Snoqualmie in 2001. So it's been 23 years, 22 and a half. Yes. So it's been a long time. What do I like to do in the art commission? I don't know.
Don't know.
But you participated in the plein air. You painted in plein air, and actually, I think it was your piece was the beautiful setting that we bought as part of the city inventory,
Yeah,
right?
the train.
Yeah, so you weren't the #1 winner, but we loved your piece so much and the votes were
steam
so
train.
close that it's part of the city's art inventory. Yeah.
Yes, I'm appreciate that. Yes, I do like to see what I can do as an artist
Mhm.
to help promote arts in our city. But because I'm new, so I want to know better before I express my voice, and just kind of maybe some of the existing project I can try out and see how it fit into my vision.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Well, welcome. You know, we're really excited because a new fresh eyes and perspective are always welcome. So if you have thoughts, ideas, please don't be shy, raise your hand, say, what about this? And that's our whole goal here, is to talk through things, and love that, this fresh perspective when somebody new comes on board, because you're gonna see something we don't see. And that's always gonna be amazing. And as an artist too, it'll give us really clear eyes from an artist perspective as well. So welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, next up is we will be electing a new chair. I am stepping down. So, I know there's not many members here. No, Michelle, you cannot. You're not a member. Nicole's not here either, and neither is Dennis, but I am stepping down. I have some personal projects and things that are going on in my life. So the next up would be, is there anybody who wishes to nominate themselves as chair for this year?
That feels like a really small fishbowl right now to be fishing from.
We could delay the vote until next month when all the members are back on too.
Yeah, so I would
Unless you want it, Steve.
I would love to raise my hand right now. Honestly, I knew that Donna was contemplating, and obviously Kat is a city official now, so she had to back down. But I would love to say yes, but I am exactly between jobs. My last job ended on Friday, and I got to get some stuff tied up. So like I will know much better what my world looks like if we can delay it 1 month. Unless Liju is up for it, I will absolutely back that. I don't mean to to assume anything, but since it's her first meeting, it seems like that's a rush, but.
I feel that myself. Yeah. We can delay until next month, that seems fine. So we want to delay this one until next month? Could we, when the agenda goes out next month, tell members we do need you to be here so that
Yeah.
we can elect a chair?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'll make a note of that.
Delayed. There we go. Okay, planning for 2024. I think the biggest question for 2024, right now, we already have a date, save the date for plein air, which is in July. We just need to pick our location, which I'm waiting for Nicole Hansen to become a little bit more available so we can pick one. So I think the biggest question will be art off the rails. And you got some news,
Yes,
Nicole.
Well, there's a date, the date changed.
yes. May I speak on this?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. The new date is June 15, and that was decided because of the weather issues with the simplest one. And the other is that every other day in 2024 is already blocked out by the train for different things. And because they go in 3-week and 4-week blocks for having their events. And June 15th is one of their Father's Day celebrations, and it's going to be a perfect time to get extra people into the city to already be here, and to have it at the same time will be a good pull. We have planning meetings set up for every 2 weeks right now, and I am your unofficial member who's keeping everything going, and we're setting up dates and deadlines for when we want to do our public service announcements and start calling our participants, the musicians and the artists and the food trucks. So we're creating that calendar right now.
Do you plan to volunteer for that event, Michelle? Or are you stepping away from that?
I'm standing away from the moving part, but I'm doing a lot of stuff in the background already. I'm making a handbook like Sally Rackett's handed to me, and also I guess thumb drive. Steve's going to tell me that thumb drive is the thumb thing, that whatever that's called, a thumb drive, whatever that little thingy is that you stick in your computer. I guess that's obsolete now, and there's something else that I can do that can put all of my emails and stuff, my connections, my contact on for other people to use. So I'm going to tickle you, Steve, to have you give me some hints where I don't have to hand a thumb drive over.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you. What's it called?
You're probably talking about like cloud storage or something like that.
I don't know what it is, Steve.
we can discuss. Happy to
Okay,
help. Yeah.
yeah, right. And I had COVID. I got it for Christmas, and I have a nice fog bank that is in the way of me finding words and remembering events. So digging things up, so things are moving along well, but slowly. And I apologize. No, I don't.
You would apologize. Yeah,
No, bear with me. How's that?
no, I think we should all have patience and grace for one
Is-
another.
Dennis gonna keep his role with Art Off the Rails, do you know, Michelle? Not that I asked you to speak for him, but,
I can't speak for him.
okay, all right.
Yes.
Okay, well, the date is there. I guess we'll see where we're at in maybe March, the next meeting.
Yeah.
As far as, responsibilities, all that good stuff. Okay.
All right, that's
So,
great.
so Michelle, just so I understand, I'm putting the pieces in my head. So are you still leading Art Off the Rails in you're the official position of kind of keeping it organized? I wasn't sure because you said I'm just volunteering on the back end, but it sounds like you're still leading it. Yes?
I'm your proxy human. I'm the invisible, the invisible member who's behaving as though I were Art Off the Rails member and an Arts Commission member. And I am attending planning meetings so that the city has a voice at the meetings and
Well, but Dennis would be attending, right? Is he still participating in Art Off the Rails or no?
he is not. He hasn't been to any of our meetings, our planning.
Got
meetings.
it, okay, got it. And I knew last year you guys were like a joint venture.
We were,
sort of deal.
yeah, it
Okay,
was, yeah, two
that's where I,
co-chairs.
the piece I was thinking, gotcha,
It was
gotcha,
two co-chairs.
gotcha. Have
So-
you talked to Dennis at all?
Yes, and I
And
email
does he
him and
intend
such,
to
but I'm not comfortable
Got it.
speaking for him.
Oh, no, totally understand. I just wondered if you had talked to him and he had either given you an inclination one way or another.
Exactly. I know that he's not going to be part of Art Off the Rails.
Okay, all right, good to know. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So
She
I'm
said-
just,
No,
so
so Dennis is not, it's just right now, you're looking for somebody who's on the commission to be the liaison, yeah?
I'm looking for, I'm hoping that somebody on the commission, it will be the, will be a maybe a co-chair or chair for Art Off the Rails. And being that it's going to be held in June, it makes it so that everything happens faster, which makes it a smaller project. It doesn't seem like it, but it does make it a smaller project because there is no time for things to go wrong. Having gaps in between where people say they're going to be there in their food truck and then they aren't, was probably one of the biggest issues when I had to find that service early. So, and a couple other things that made, it was like a drawn out process. Is that a good way to put it? And, but getting on the calendar and getting on the musician's calendar and all that is really keeps everything rolling the right way. So
I'd also say that the food trucks don't necessarily make a break an art event. You know, we have
Right.
restaurants downtown,
Exactly.
helps
Yes.
have people go there, so that's, you know, not concerning to me, so, okay. Well, I guess okay, more to come on that, I guess.
yes, to be determined, and things will be made a little more clear when we get our calendar that I can publish for you. And would it help if I kicked out progress reports email on the way? or let you know exactly what we've got tied down.
I
I'm
mean,
not sure.
it doesn't hurt to have the information. Can I ask a couple clarifying questions though? So there is an Arts Off the Rail committee that is meeting, is that
Yes,
correct? And
yes.
then our first question is, who amongst, like, what is the participation level of the Arts Commission? And then who amongst the Arts Commissioners are available to help out with that?
Exactly.
Those are kind of the
That's the
major
big
questions in front of
question.
us right now.
Yeah,
And it looks like that person's probably not gonna be Dennis. So
correct.
we need to kind of solve what that looks like. And we need more people. All
Yeah.
right, cool. I just wanted to, yeah, because when are the meetings? Are they like in an evening? during the day?
Right now, we are meeting every 2 weeks in Snoqualmie Library at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And we have we create the agenda at the end of each meeting for that agenda will happen the next meeting. So where we have our whole history of what happened last year is basically our skeleton, and we're functioning on that. We know what works and what didn't work. So
Okay. So when is the next one?
Wednesday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Day after tomorrow?
Yes, day after tomorrow, the
All right.
15th.
I will be there.
You mean the 14th?
I have, Steve, I love to hear that. I'm going to let my planning team know.
Sure.
How many people are on the planning team?
And it's the same people that were the planners last year. It's basically the humans that were in charge.
How many?
Deb Landers and Casey Harden, H-A-R-D. I can't even spell it. H-A-R-D.
I was just wondering how many people are involved.
Just the three of us.
Just
One
three of
for-
you.
One for
Gotcha.
each entity. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Very cool.
Yep. And we're excited, and it's.
And you did, I mean, you got the bones down already. Like
Exactly.
the infrastructure is already there. Now it's just more about like, it's like building a house, you know, you wanna get
Exactly.
that
Right.
first part, the first framing up, and now you can add a lot more to it, so.
Exactly. That's exactly. And those details are they're sort of, the how-to is all pre-chosen. Everything, I mean, how to do it and the timing on it is all already taken care of. We have full structure. We just don't, now it's time to flesh it in. Flesh it out, one of those in some direction.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I can't find anything in here.
Okay. Okay, Steve, do you have any other questions on that? Otherwise,
No, I'll pop over on Wednesday and
okay.
I think, Steve, right now, if I remember correctly, we're going to be in study room number 1, but I will.
well, I'll just yell your name when I get to the library. That's fine.
Thanks. I love it.
I have a little bit of an update as far as in the same topic for you guys for planning of 2024. Actually, breaking news too, Kat Cotton just texted me, so keep it mum, but they're gonna announce at this council meeting tonight at 7. She will be the Arts Commission council member liaison, so I think that's really great for us because she's got a good understanding of what goes on. She's also gonna be the liaison for Snoqualmie Days, which is a great thing for the community. She's very involved in the pancake breakfast. So we had a Snoqualmie Days meeting today, and just because you guys are rebuilding again, you know, you've got some good veterans here, but you've got some new people coming. I was hesitant to commit the Arts Commission to anything at that event. And Kat had one suggestion, Chocolate Block was something that she kind of put under her wing, and I think she thought that maybe having a chocolate block element at the fire station, at the pancake
I think
breakfast,
Genius.
which is genius. I think that's a good idea. You know, that's a great audience of hundreds, literally hundreds of families. To have that experience and also to talk about art. So that is one thing. And then so Snoqualmie Day is the art element, TBD. Don't know what that is, what it could be, but you know, there's still time for that. What else? Oh, Yiju, the gallery, you know, we don't have an official relationship with the gallery other than the fact they're a great member of our community and what they do, but they are working with the city and they're gonna be doing classes at the old library this year. And I think that's something that you're kind of passionate about, and I think that that's an extension of what this commission does, so that's a cool thing. So there's that. Kind of
Well, I'm going through, okay, we got June 15th, our Off the Barrels, July 4th, we always do a Chalk the Block event
Okay,
there.
yeah.
July 20th, Plein Air.
Yeah.
August 17th, Snoqualmie Days. When is your international celebration going to
The
occur?
block party is September 7th.
September 7th. And it, you know, I did like that we had Chalk the Block, but I would love it if we could do something more interactive in a
Mhm.
booth for international block party. I mean, something we could all brainstorm on,
Yeah,
but that was September, what's 7th?
yeah. You know, that could even be, just as an example, the Arts Commission could sponsor like a henna artist. And we got,
Something.
you know, and there could be a booth so that, you know, and that's a beautiful, that's just an example of something that we can do,
Yeah.
like, the funding can pay the artist, it is art in a different sort of a way and
And
going
it
with the
goes
theme.
towards international.
And an international, yeah, so something like that could be, and I don't recall seeing that at the event
Not last year.
last year, but that is a very cool thing to see at festivals, so just a thought.
So I'm just kind of going, so I think, and then Steve, if we want to go and just kind of real quick, talk about your indoor. I noticed the artwork you have in here.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yes, yeah.
So you want to share a little bit about that?
So that's from Rebecca Mott, who is a Snoqualmie resident and a recent graduate, fairly recent graduate, it's been almost a year at this point, but from the Art Institute in Chicago. And so it is beautiful. It's a beautiful set of work. I got about 2/3 of the way through getting everything labeled and tagged before I tested positive. So I have a little bit more to do there. But what I'm hoping for is I've cleared it with Rebecca 2 weeks from tonight, in the hour prior to the city council meeting. I was hoping to get us all together for a meet and greet with Rebecca, and then, like, you know, and send word out to the arts community and whoever else would like to come and see. And if they have questions about the artwork, or if they want to just meet a lovely young woman, she's absolutely charming and just really just a fantastic eye for color, clearly.
Steve,
So
that's really good to know. I was working with Gail Fulkins last week on Friday. She was gonna be doing a press release. I don't think it's gone out yet. So
Okay.
let me pause her on that, because that might be a good opportunity to promote the meet and greet.
Well, I was,
sorry.
if I may, is that a little rushed? I don't know if you're gonna get much traction with, you're gonna get this out and it's 2 weeks from today. Would March 11th be a better
Well,
time frame?
we're at the end. We hung all of this in December, and
Okay.
it is my fault, because I forgot that we had canceled both December and January's meetings.
Got it.
And so I kind of lost a little bit of time there, and then there's been a lot of, just a lot of other things going on.
Okay, I didn't know,
But yeah,
know
it's
that variable.
and honestly, as far as like getting word out and getting people there, I don't think that giving people 6 weeks versus 2 weeks is really that big of a, like, I think
Well, it's four.
you get better responses.
It's 4, and it would just give more time for blasting emails and things like that and putting it into Nextdoor and so on. But I hear what you're saying.
And maybe that's something as part of the communications team with the press release can also be advertising that and using Nextdoor and all that.
Yeah,
So,
using all the levers if you
yeah,
can.
so you're pretty sure, Steve, that it's before the council meeting, the next council meeting?
That's when I would
okay.
like to, yeah, and
Okay.
Rebecca's
So February
available and all,
26th.
everything lines up. And that's also a week that, because we don't want to do it the hour before the council meeting on a night that we have a meeting, right? So that's the other thing.
Yes, and I'll double check with our city clerk, the council, if they're doing, like, for instance, tonight, they're doing a round table at 6, so I'll just try to find out if there's anything on the calendar prior,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, and if there's a better, specific
Which
time.
is not, doesn't mean we couldn't do it, it just might mean that maybe we do things upstairs here on the second floor versus the first floor, you know, like people
Yeah,
can
or
still
if
look
we
at
need to
it.
shift it
Okay.
earlier, or whatever works best, like, yeah, that's
Okay,
totally your call, we can make it work. And then I gotta get the next artists lined up. I still owe Lijou an email about that, so. But yeah, and it's time to start looking at who's gonna be going up in March.
and let me know if you have somebody for the case, and if you have a hard date, because if you do have someone, then I can use a little encouragement to allow us to use that case. Currently, they put some stuff in there regarding the pool and some parks and stuff as kind of filler. At the request of.
Is it okay, that because I have somebody that I would like to put in, but it doesn't have to be the entire case. It can just be like two sets of shelves kind of around, so.
Like,
That's
what if we
fine.
said maybe sometime in March or by April, would that artist be ready to go?
Yeah, they're ready to go.
Okay, okay.
That was kind of in motion when you said to stop being in motion, so, but
Okay,
I
I'll
can
drill
re-engage.
down a date to find out when we can get that case to use that, so.
Yeah,
Okay,
and again, just, it doesn't have to be the entire thing, so if they want to use one entire shelf for
If
the
I may.
diorama and stuff, that's fine.
If you have an artist for the walls and everything, March and May, something that will take up a lot of the walls, what about using the case for June, July? Because in June you have Art Off the Rails, and I know that they had the beautiful picture
Right.
last year. And
Right.
that could be posted and you could have stuff in the case. And then we were hoping in July, former plein air winners could be hung in City Hall to advertise more of the plein air.
Yeah.
And past winners.
Uh-huh.
And then you could have things in the case, keep your artist, your case artist for those few months. But then you could rotate some of our city stuff.
Yeah, they're
What are your thoughts?
just separate. It's separate groups of artists, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's the people that do large enough bodies of work to hang on the walls are different from the people that do the more intimate stuff that would be in the case.
Yeah.
So
I'm just thinking,
it's
like,
two
if you
entire-
have trouble getting to the case until that time, it may be nice.
And I have something that I forgot that I just remembered. Steve, this is for you and for everybody. You and I and Dennis had talked about displaying our art project from Art Off the Rails in City Hall, and our planning committee has decided that first the two pieces are going to go together in each of the train depot buildings so that it can be, where the train brought the two, because there's a left side and a right side to our art project. Ours is the Snoqualmie train station, and North Bend is the North Bend's train station. And when you put the two pieces together, you have the engine and the caboose in two half, in one in each half. So we were planning on putting them in the train station first, and then hopefully, and this was in an email, that we're going to cycle those to the two city halls. So I'll, at the planning meeting on Wednesday, I'm going to see where we fit, how we fit the two city halls into that. And maybe that, that date will
You just
affect,
tell me what you need when you're ready and I'll make it happen.
I love
I
that.
think, okay, that sounds great, thank you. And just on your calendar, Steve, the June, July, August, we were looking for the plein air past winners. They're all
Yeah.
framed too. Yeah, so
Yeah.
all of the winners are formally framed. We may need to label like what year and the artists, but I think we have all of that info too.
And you're thinking just, cause all the original ones, right? 'Cause-
Yeah.
Yeah, cause we have the prints, that would be so lovely.
In our summer months.
So do you
during
wanna,
plein air.
what months did you wanna do that? Like to help promote
Like,
it or?
help promote it, like the end of, because the plein air is on July 20th. So like end of June, and then you could keep it hung up until
Even September.
up to September.
Does
And
that
then-
work, Steve?
then that could be a part of your calendar for city hall artists.
Yeah, I can, yeah, I just have to,
It's a puzzle, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometime between June, July and August.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, we definitely want
yeah,
it like
so,
by July
yeah.
1st.
Yeah, and they're all in City Hall, so that's an easy hang, right?
Yeah.
Like Nicole, they're already
Totally,
on a
yeah,
wall somewhere.
absolutely.
We have them all, they're all framed. I think that we might have to do some cataloging, just
And
to
you know,
make
it
sure.
could be, actually, Steve, that could be, one floor could be plein air and another floor, another art too. Like there's not enough to fill both floors necessarily.
Is there not?
I don't know.
It was started in 2012.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, yeah, we should just use it. I
Cause
mean,
some of them are small, some of them are really small.
Some of them are
yeah,
big.
yeah, so small goes upstairs, but we'll make it work. Yeah, that's
I know
not,
that could be an option, if
Yeah.
you wanted to have two different displays, first floor and second floor.
And we could frame the flyer for that year
Mm,
and have it up
mhm,
to kind of promote it, so.
mhm. And of course, Yijus will be in there as well.
Yeah.
I can help if you let me know what I can do, something to help set up the,
sure.
The art, Steve,
Yeah.
that might be nice if you could kind of cross-train her, if she knew how to do that, to have another commissioner with that skill set.
Sure. Yeah, it's not a problem at all.
Okay.
thank you.
That's a good fit.
Okay, so looking at this, I think we've got some good events. We have, June, July, August, September. And then we've got the city hall. Steve's working through. I'm not sure if Dennis maybe wants to take on something in here too. So we could just have this to go through next time to make sure we've got a commissioner involved in each area on these, where,
Yeah,
I'm
I
looking
can
at-
make that part of the minutes and a
Yeah.
document for the next agenda
Yeah.
as a timeline of the events.
and then also, with, Yiju and classes, we could be incorporating that into this year as well, of helping with that. So that's planning 2024. I have no idea what budgeting is. I mean, I do know what budgeting is. I'm an executive, so of course I do. But I don't know anything about the budget here, so I'm not.
I guess I put that in.
I'll leave that to you.
I will look more into that when we're looking at the rest of the year. Based on what we did last year, the funding is there.
Okay,
You
good.
know, one of the things behind me, it's hard to see, there's an art piece that's behind me in this wall that's part of the 2 stories. And, that's part of our city inventory and we need to be responsible for that. So I am having that professionally cleaned.
It needs to be clean.
It needs to be cleaned. The guy came a week or so ago and it was like, wow, holy moly. So that's something that comes out of the arts budget as well. And then I can talk more about the building mural because that'll be something that comes out of the budget. But, I think we're doing good. I did purchase some advertising with 425 for Art Off the Rails. Yeah, I did. There's just different things that we can do, and it's just the marketing, the postcards, all of that. So that's kind of in my realm. Pop-up indoor activation. I put that on there, Donna, because we had talked about that last year, and I didn't know if there was any interest in that. And then I saw something in the ROA, the homeowners association. They were doing some sort of a can't remember where it was at, but like a open mic.
Saints and Scholars.
Oh, yes, Lou, you were totally on top of it.
Yeah.
But it's something that they were doing, but I just put that on there because I didn't know if that was something that anybody had any interest in. This year,
Not this
everything.
year.
Okay,
No.
all right, no worries.
Not for me. I mean, again, Dennis isn't here. We don't have another member. I would
Right.
love to hear and source other ideas
Yes.
and thoughts. When we have new members of things that they would like to,
Passionate about.
yeah, lead in the community and be passionate about. So I think it's one we can bring up when everybody's present.
Okay.
I would like
Okay.
the budgeting though.
Yes.
I think last year, and I'm maybe speaking out of turn, and I'm speaking also for myself. It will be good to know kind of a ballpark what the budget is for each event.
Okay,
Ahead of time.
Yeah.
So that we can use our sources well and not overextend the city in any way. So like we were like, oh, we need aprons, we need this, we need that, and maybe we didn't need everything, and I think we did maybe go over a little bit on the budget. And so it would be good to get kind of that before we start saying, buy us this, buy us banners.
and I kept track of your
Yeah.
expenditures. Maybe I could be like, here's what you guys
High
spent in
level.
23, here,
Yeah.
here's, like art off the rails. I'm not picking on it, but a lot of expense towards it for the marketing.
Yeah,
That's because of the
for
design. Then the second, it's more just the updates and the same plein air. We've also kept
Yeah.
in building. So I can
Just a
attach-
rough, like, with
so people know what they're dealing with.
what they're
Yeah.
dealing with, so we don't overcommit to
Good idea.
a
I like that.
vendor or something like that, but also so that we can make sure that, we're being fiscally responsible with the city's money. With our community's money, if you
Your
will.
community's money, absolutely. Yes, I can do that. The elk murals,
I love them.
right now, so I don't know if you're aware, but so the last year, the Arts Commission has been doing, so the elk, down at Meadowbrook are very, well, they're famous, they're beloved. So they just thought it would be fun to celebrate the elk. So, there's been seasonal murals on the window on Carousel and then also up at the library and so the male elk is Larry the elk. And then the female elk is Elkie. Elkie. And so right now on Carousel, there's a Valentine's Day themed. I just couldn't bring myself not to schedule a Valentine's with the Twin Peaks. So there is Valentine's, and then that's gonna be switched out next weekend for Twin Peaks. But it's very sweet. Yeah, Donna's got a big old grin on her face.
I love them, but apparently the elves are also extremely popular, like people look forward to our elk murals.
So, and I don't live in the community, so I don't know that, but you're hearing that energy and that
Yes,
chatter?
yeah.
Oh, that's neat. Is anybody else on the call experiencing that chatter?
Yeah, and I think it would be really kind of cool. This is to click off of what Steve has done.
Well, I
that you
mentioned
could
this
have-
last time.
have
Can they get a Facebook page?
I'd like a cutout, an Elkie and Larry cutout where your face is an oval and you can stick your face in it rather than just be part of the picture. Something like that. I mean, I know it's hokey, but there are, and to have it something that's got where kids can step up there behind there, because most of these that are on the wall, kids cannot be really part of the picture. It would be so fun to get.
Just for reference, she's referencing the gingerbread cutouts that we did for the Downtown Merchants story walk. So I haven't, probably most of you don't know what she's like don't have that image, but I'll send pictures out to the whole group so you can see. I'd sent them, I had shared them with Michelle.
Yes.
But yeah.
Actually be something for Snoqualmie Days and
Yeah.
and we could commission Sarah, the artist, to paint on some lumber and to make it, but that would be something that would.
That would be cute.
That wouldn't need supervision, you know?
That would be
yeah.
cute. And then if we could have a QR code to our Facebook page for the Elks.
Oh, I want it. Oh, I
Posting.
want it. Yeah.
And people
How
can do
cool.
things too.
How cool.
I mean, it would promote the city too, Snoqualmie, and, you know, just something fun and cute.
Yeah. Oh, that'll
But
be.
that's a really cute idea to have the, what is that called, a baseboard? I mean, I don't know what it's called. I don't know. What's
Steve,
that called?
what's it called?
We were just calling it a cutout. But
Okay.
I don't know.
It could be a selfie thing too, or, I
Yeah,
mean.
that's the idea. Is it's kind of an old fashioned concept. That's why we
But
did
it's
it with the
cute.
fish bread. It's an old fashioned concept that leverages the fact that everybody's got a camera in their pocket these days. I mean, we had 100 people get a picture taken with their face in the gingerbread man easily in that one day.
You know, Sally Rackets did a Sasquatch one and it was a cutout that they put in front of the brewery where you stood
Oh,
and
yeah,
put
she
your
told me
face
about
in.
that one. She said it was mammoth heavy.
Mammoth,
She
yeah.
was just like, this thing is crazy heavy. But if
Oh
we.
yeah. Because they didn't have an engineer make it.
But
Like
you know, it
that's-
could be also cute though, Steve, is if we got that and we had the QR code and we had a Facebook page, people could load their photos into it also.
Oh, wow.
With Elkie and so on, but
Oh,
then
you have-
you could also end up having people load photos that could not be appropriate to a Facebook page, so it's like, it's a catch-22, you have to think about that. Some people are mischievous.
They
Yes,
may
they-
have stuff online that you could even order, like in a heavy duty Corex or cardboard versus like send the artwork and have them blow it up versus having the heavy lumber.
And
So,
yeah, even on canvas,
yeah,
floor
Yeah.
canvas, I have
just-
a floor canvas, which would really, really work well.
what we did, so what I did is I just used 1/4-inch plywood and then built two by two skeletons around the back and then painted the whole thing so that each 4 foot by 4 foot panel only weighs a few pounds.
okay.
Because if you've been around like Dick Burhan's projects or anything like that, where he did everything with inch thick plywood and everything weighed 800 pounds, that's not how. Yeah,
I think
we could be
Sasquatch
smarter
was
than
made out of MDF, I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure Sasquatch was MDF, cause I thought MDF is like strong, it's the heaviest wood fake wood you could ever get.
Okay.
It's
Absolutely.
crazy heavy.
Steve, I know you have a lot on your plate, but looking ahead, if that was something, could you maybe put together the frame and then the artist could come in and just paint on the frame?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Cause yeah, I think, yeah, you just have the holes for their Elkie and
And then Sarah could
their
just
little
paint around
paint
it.
around it.
Exactly. Or,
And there's, yeah.
I have a
there's the darling.
suggestion. If Sarah Hughes could sketch the faces so that Steve would know exactly how big, where the holes would go, then besides just having the everything built, if Sarah might be
Yeah.
more comfortable having a starting point and having it all ready for her. I think that'll be cool. Then she won't have to come back and touch it up.
Okay.
Interesting.
So I've already booked Sarah out for the rest of the year with all of the seasons and have the days worked up with her on that. And then building mural update. Okay, drum roll, please, you guys. Today, I have the first step, which is the agreement that I'm gonna be sending off to the landlord at Carousel that allows for permission to, essentially use his building. So there's actual movement on this project.
Oh, that's exciting.
It's very exciting. So we'll start with that. And then after we get that, then it's the RFP for the artist. So Yiju, what we're doing is on the wall of the Carousel building, which is on King Street and Railroad, the Arts Commission will sponsor a building mural or pay for a building mural on that wall. So we have an agreement with the landlord because technically the landlord still owns the building, but we would own the art on the wall. So it will be that, the RFP, then we get all of the art. Apparently, we might not have to have all of the levels of permission like we thought we were gonna have to. There might have been some change in the code, which is a good thing, so I gotta get to the bottom of that. Then once you guys get the art in, you choose what you want, then we would move into contracting with the artist and then painting. So that's exciting. Like, it's been months, our city attorney has had a lot of work to do, but we finally got it, so. Yay, I updated Nicole Hansen tonight.
So when is our potential? Cause I know she had a very ambitious schedule last year. It
Yeah.
was like, it's gonna be done by September. And we
Yeah.
were all like,
My goal is to get it done sometime this year because we need to use the funding in this budget. Like,
Okay.
I would love to get it done prior to the summer. But it could be something that's getting painted in the good weather,
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So I think the goal should be that
end of summer.
it has to be completed by, a certain
Yeah,
date here and then work backwards. So like when you do the call to artists, because we still have to review all of it.
Yeah.
Pick one, and we only meet once a month.
I realize that. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about that today. Worst case, I had to schedule a non-regular arts commission meeting just to review the stuff.
Yeah,
Or
okay.
a Zoom meeting or something, we'll do that, but
That makes sense.
hopefully this landlord won't take too long.
Redline it too
reviewing.
much.
Yeah.
Good luck.
The contract has written that he will be given two choices and
Ah.
that, so you guys will all put forth the two choices to
Got it.
him that you guys could live with either way. And then, he'd do that. Just as a side note, there's a community member who has received a grant and has to do some fundraising beyond the grant, but will hopefully be painting a mural on the side of the bindle stick, which was something that I had kind of internally earmarked as a spot number 2.
Oh,
But I don't want to stifle anybody's awesome creativity. And that's private property, private money, so there's nothing that we would be involved in, but it's exciting that
We're gonna
there's
have
some
all these
energy
murals.
towards that, yeah.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of lost because you got lots of the project going on. So Nicole, would you mind to send me like more information on each of the things so I can study on my own? And if I have any question, I can ask you.
Yeah, okay, I'll think of the best, I don't really have anything like a handout or per se to do it, but let me think about the best way for me to give you kind of a little update on each of the sections and would that help you?
are you
Yeah.
meaning in regards to each of the topics we covered that we're gonna do for 2024?
Yes.
Okay. I'd be
There will
happy to
be.
meet also.
So all I know is the pop-up indoor activation. We are not doing that.
Yeah.
But we're still doing the rest of the stuff. Let's
Yeah, I'm
include-
happy to meet with you if you want to, just the two of us, and I can take you through, each one and answer questions and so on. Cause I'm pretty familiar with them all.
Oh, yeah. Well, I like to get information first so I can know what question to ask. Sorry.
Well, we don't have
I'm not
really any package or anything like that put together. So that would create a scope of work now for us to go do, to give you that. That's
I
why
see.
I'm like offering, let me just go ahead and meet with you.
I would take Donna up on her offer, that would be an awesome time.
Yes. Please help me.
We don't have like, oh, means this and da 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 da. We don't actually have that. But it's a good point. Maybe we should.
Yeah, I would,
Definitions more
yes.
long.
I think it would have been a great idea. For me also when I was fresh and doing things, even for the wine walk, it would have been good to know more of what was going on. And I never did get my bio turned in. Well, and it would be nice to have that on hand for new people to know the backgrounds of all the members. So does that make sense?
Mhm.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I don't know what the bio thing is. I'm sorry. I'm lost.
Let's see, Steve, did you turn in something that explained where you're coming from and where you got your background and how long? Did you write something up?
Just
never-
for-
I
just
never
for the
wrote it.
original application. Not
Oh, okay,
like, yeah, not beyond that.
Yeah,
okay.
I never
Something-
wrote anything up for that. That's why
I
I'm like,
did.
there's. do
I
that?
think Dennis did.
That might have been Dennis being overachiever.
I just didn't know if I was supposed to do it or not. I've never done that. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I don't know
well,
if we did
maybe-
anything with Dennis's, if you
Oh.
did it.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's it.
Somebody else did too. Oh, I can't remember who, but
And
I
I
will
think
look.
we're off topic, so I'm gonna bring us back to our agenda, because I think we've kind of. We do this, just so you know, when you attend the meetings, we'll go off topic and then we'll come back. But it's okay. We have, what I was gonna say, I think we have a pretty good list of events for 2024. Pretty nice, thorough activities. But yes, I offer that to you and I can, I can give you my email, but I don't think do I have all the-
She has, she signed up with the Snoqualmie.gov email.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, mine doesn't work,
You can do it with your
Yeah.
own. Mhm.
so. But I'll see if I can put something together.
Thank you.
That, I think, do we have other business? Beyond this? Good list.
Nobody else?
Nobody else. Does anybody motion to adjourn? Oh, yeah, there's nothing on the back of it.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
He's making that motion. Do we have a second?
Okay, I'll do second.
I was gonna say, there's not a lot of choices.
So much power. Your vote has so
Active
much
you
weight.
are though, your very first
Yeah.
meeting and look at you, you're like, how active you are.
Yeah.
Like you got us open
Yeah.
and our minutes were all like, amazing job.
Yeah,
See,
okay.
you're a
Thank you.
natural.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.